Okay, this is going to be the SOL Practice Test 1, Level 1 questions. All these questions you can do in Desmos. So what you want to do is you want to be able to go through your SOL. First lap through, only questions with Desmos. No paper, no pencil, no nothing. Just go through, do what you can in Desmos. So here's the first question. F of 6, what they're telling you is put 6 in where X is. And when you do that, put parentheses where that number is, okay? All right, so as you can see, I replaced X for 6 plus 1. It's going to give me 10, all right? Okay, this next one, question number 2, okay? All right, what you want to do on that, all right? I want to type -2. Okay, the cube root is located under functions. You scroll all the way down, hit that little end thing, type the 3. Inside, put a parentheses with a 64. All right, click outside by using that arrow. We got plus. Now, I got plus b squared, and I want to put -5 in there. So what I got to do is I got to put -5, and I got to put the squared on the outside. Okay, that's very important. That's where most people make their mistakes. So that's 17. Okay, that's those first evaluating. These next few are all graphing. Okay, so anytime it asks you to graph or find the equation from the graph, or they ask you to find the x and y intercept. Okay, now as a reminder, like on a graph, this is the y-intercept, x-intercept, x-intercept. Okay, all right. So all I got to do on this one, okay, is type that equation, okay? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to type 4x plus 5y equals -20, okay? And if I'm looking here, all right, that's -4 and 5. Even looking at my problem, this has to be my answer. Okay? Question 4. I'm going to type these in to see if they match that one. Now I'm just going to do the first one to show you the one that doesn't work. If I put this one in, okay, it doesn't even look like my graph here. Now the answer is going to be C, because when I type in y equals 1 divided by 3, click over here for x, minus 4, all right, look at my picture, okay, that crosses right at -4, about that same shape, so that's C. Okay, 5, what's the y-intercept? So they gave me an equation, that's going to be pretty easy. 4x plus 8y equals 12, okay, all right, the y-intercept, 1.5. Okay, now I know it's not this, I know it's not this, I know it's not this, it's got to be this one. If you ever want to check that fraction, just do 3 divided by 2, and that tells you 1.5. All right? Moving on to question number 6. Okay, so with this one, when you have 2 lines, they ask for the solution. What you want to do is you want to type those into Desmos, and you want to find where they cross at. Okay? All right? So I got 2x plus 4y equals 22. I got 7x plus y equals 12. Okay, where does it cross at? Right there, 1, 5, that's C. Okay, all right, this one, all right, you can type that in as well. All right, 3x plus y equals 2. X plus 3y equals -18. Okay, and that crosses here, -3, 7. Now, if you thought it was -7, 3, one thing you could also do, let's say you can type that in. Does everybody see how the dot here doesn't end up where it's supposed to be? So that can't be your answer. So if you ever have to figure it out, you can always type in the points in there, okay, to help you. All right, so once again, same deal, two equations. All right, y equals -x plus 2, 7x plus 4y equals -1. Click there, negative 3, 5. It asks me what's the x value. That's going to be negative 3. Okay? All right, now, here's the next ones. One line, and they ask you for a solution, or a root, or a 0, or an x-intercept. You just got to graph and find where it crosses the x-axis. Okay, as a reminder, that's like at these spots. Okay, now, you can avoid, if they have like an h of x, or an f of x, or a 0, you don't have to type that in. Also, if they use a letter like a, turn that into an x. Okay, makes it easier. All right, so this first one, okay, I got 3 parentheses, 2x minus 1 equals 3. Don't have to worry about the question marks. Type where that crosses x, that's a 1. Okay, all right, same thing for this one. All right, 3x squared plus 11x equals 20. Crosses in 2 spots, negative 5 and 1.3. So it can't be this one, can't be this one, can't be this one, it has to be that one. If you wanted to see what 4/3 is, just divide it in the calculator. Okay, 11. Okay, now this one, it wants a 0. I don't want to type that h of x in. That does not matter, all right? Just type in the other part, x squared plus 3x minus 18, okay? Whoops, forgot the x in there. All right, so I got an answer of negative 6. I got an answer of 3. Negative 6 would be my only choice, okay? This one, now, same thing, solution. Be careful in how you type this. This is what I would do. Take the first number of each part. 6 divided by 6, click over here, equals 4 divided by 3. Now, what you can then do is click the certain spot and just type what you need. So that, and then up here I would type x minus 8. And if you need to type down below, you can do that as well. Okay, if you zoom out, touch there is 10. That's going to be D. Okay? All right, this is another one. All right, same deal. 2 minus 4x equals 16. Okay, click there, negative 3.5. I know it's not this one and this one. Well, let's see what negative 7 divided by 2 is. That's negative 3.5. That's my answer. Okay? All right, this one asks for the x-intercepts. You can type the y. The y doesn't really matter. Okay? You can type that. Y equals x squared plus 6x minus 7. Touch where it crosses. Negative 7 and 1. And that would be letter D. Okay? So as you see, a bunch of those, real easy. Okay? Now, is it a function? So here's how it's not a function. The x is repeating. Here's what that looks like. 3, 7, 3, 9. X is repeat. In a table, x, y, 1, 5, 1, 8. X is repeat. Okay? If you have these little bubble things, okay? All right, this is x, this is y. If this is 2, 5, and 7, you see a double branch, okay? All right? Other one is if it's just like 2 1s or something like that. All right? Okay? All right, the same number. All right? The other way is the vertical line test. All right? So you got a bunch of shapes. Crazy line, let's say circle, this, and an actual vertical line. If it crosses more than once, not. More than once, not. More than once, not. This is a vertical line on top of a vertical line. All kinds there, not. So all of these are not, okay? So if I look at this repeats, that's a not. 4 and 4 repeats, that's a not. Vertical line over top, bunch of them, not. So then this has to be my answer, okay? All right? When I look at this one, I got this X with 2 lines, that's a not. Okay, this one looks good, all different, no doubles. These have a 1 and a 1, so that's a not. This negative 5 has that, that's a not. So this one would end up being the function. Okay, 17, okay, so for the inequalities, it's one line where it crosses the x-axis. Okay, all right, now, very important. You choose this or this if it's shaded right. You choose this or this if it's shaded left. Okay, now, whether you use this one or this one is if you have a solid line. If If you use this or this, it's a dash line, okay? So all I gotta do is type that in, 9 parentheses 4x minus 8 less than 4 parentheses 6x plus 9. Okay, so if I touch that there, that's 9. It's shaded which direction? Left. So x is less than, the line is dashed. Okay, so that's going to be my answer for 18. For 19, okay, same deal. I want to type negative 2x plus 6 less than x minus 6. Okay, there it's 4, and since it's shaded to the right, is greater than. So this is what you have to type into your answer. All right? Okay, this one is just another graph. They give you a graph, make the graph. Okay, y less than or equal to 2 divided by 7. Click over here, x minus 2. I think that's a minus 2. Yeah. Okay, so if you look where that's shaded down, that's got to be this one. Okay, 20. Now, if you have the 2-line inequality, you're looking for the darkest area. Okay, all right. Now, a lot of people, okay, typed in A. Okay. All right. Got this, and they said, okay, this is the darkest area. So they want to put these points in to see. Now here's the problem. This point ends up right on the line, okay? All right? Or, wait, hold on, that should be a negative 9, shouldn't it? Okay, doesn't matter. That point ended up right on the line, which that's okay if it's touching the region, but the lines have to be solid. This is a little tricky. So you got to make sure that you got these ones, because these are okay, all right? So that's going to be letter D. That's tricky, okay? It can touch it, but it's got to be a solid line. But this area is the darkest area, okay? If we go to 21, it's really hard to see on my board. I'll do my best here, okay? All right, what I want to do is type that in, y greater than 2 divided by 3. Click over here, x plus 1. Hopefully I get this right. 5x plus 6y, I think, less than or equal to negative 30, okay? So where would be the darkest area? This area here, so on that graph it would be 2, okay? And then that starts level 2. So those are your level 1 questions, okay? Those are the ones you want to do on Desmos first. Practice those, okay? Get good at that, okay? And you'll see those on other practice summatives.